How's it, guys? It's Dark Soul Ryu saying, alright, so in this part 4, we're going to go ahead and move on to Cerulean City and take on the area. And, well, if time permits, we're going to go ahead and take on the gym. So let's go ahead and use our running shoes. Oh, come on. Oh. Okay. Team 4, I believe this is Mega Kick? Whirlwind, my bad. Totally off. Whirlwind in Gen 1 is well, it's a useless move. It's only valuable if you want to get away from a wild encounter. Bird Pokemon or Pokemon with wings like Butterfree can learn it. It allows you to just run away from the fight because it blows the opponent Pokemon away. It doesn't do anything in battle until later generations, so it's not that useful. Alright, so let's go ahead and just heal up real quick. And I mean that in more than one way. Just go ahead and use the Duo Game Boy. Okay, Pokemon are Fighting Fit, and we are ready to go. Now, right now here in Cerulean City, nice blue, because, well, honestly, it's because the gym is a water-type gym. See if it says over here. Cerulean City, a mysterious blue aura surrounds it. Okay. Let's see here. Running shoes. Oh yes, a couple of things here in Pokemon Yellow. In this room right here, if you recall, we only had one Pokeball in Professor Oak's lab. Usually there was 3 with each of the starters, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander. Well, there's a Bulbasaur right there. Bulbasaur. Now, if you talk to this lady who's its keeper, she nursed the Bulbasaur back to health, but she will not give it to you until you've met 2 conditions. One, you've beaten Misty, the gym leader of Cerulean City, the water gym leader. And you still stand well with your Pikachu. That means when you click on Pikachu, right now, he's just happy. He has to be, like, overjoyed with you. He has to be, like, you know, heart and everything floating above his head. And then you can get the Bulbasaur if you talk to her. Now, Bulbasaur is not going to be on our team. He's an okay Pokemon. He's definitely better than Pikachu, in my opinion. At least his evolutionary line is. Let's see here. Don't ask me how I remember this, but you come over here, like as I search for it. Come on, it's here, isn't it? There's supposed to be a rare candy out here. There we go. Rare candies, I go ahead and explain really quick. Some of you might know it better than others. A rare candy is pretty much an item, consumable item. You give it to any Pokemon, increases their level by 1, period. Now, that being said, you want to go ahead and use that only not just as you're about to level up. Like, for example, Nidoking. This is why in other games I like it better when they give you like a bar instead of a number, because it doesn't even tell you what out of what, like 956 out of how much, you know, how far in to this level am I. You don't want to go ahead and use the rare candy because you can just go ahead and quickly grind for experience if you have to, go to the next level and then use the rare candy from there. That being said, the longer it takes, or the further along you are in the game before you use a rare candy, it's more beneficial. However, rare candies do have a small stigma about them as they're not good for your stat growth, and as far as Gen 1 is concerned, I believe that is true. But that's pretty much it right now, just the Bulbasaur in this room that we're unfortunately not going to be able to get today. That's the last you saw of him. Aww. And the rare candy up there. Let's see here, let me check my party. I know there's not much, but still. Let's see. Yep, Mega Punch and Horn Attack and Double Kick will be our main uses. Let's see here. This Nurse Jenny will be in our way until we go through the upper part of Cerulean City, the Nugget Bridge, which is just beyond up there. You see there is a Rocket member on the other side of this house, which we cannot proceed till Jenny moves, and so we have no choice but to go this way and meet a very not unfamiliar face, but a very unwanted face. Yo, TSR, you're still struggling along back here? I'm doing great. I caught a bunch of strong and smart Pokemon. Here, let me show you what I caught. Alright, in the LP, this is going to be our first match against our rival. Like I said, I'm sorry I skipped the optional rival fight. He only has 2 Pokemon. I believe it is a Spearow and his Eevee at a slightly higher level. But this is a required rival fight. It comes with the Spearow with 18. Nothing scary at all. Let's just go ahead and start off with a Mega Punch. Oh, come on! 1 health, really? Jeez, how many times is that going to happen in this LP? Really, I shudder to think. Alright, let's do a counter. That's 1. Okay, Sandshrew. Yep, I'm going to keep out Brandon. ahead and Mega Punch. Missed! Okay, oh, okay, this isn't good. He started to screw up my accuracy. That accuracy is the one stat I forgot to talk about. He's gonna spam side attack, you little jerk. Accuracy, of course, it lessens the chances of our attacks hitting. Mega Punch is not completely accurate, as you can tell. I believe it's either 80 or 85. I know it's either one of those two. But now that he hit us with 2 sand attacks, I'm going to have to switch out so it resets my stats. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out to our Butterfree, just so he can, one, reset the counter on Brandon. And let's see here. Nope. Nope. I was hoping I would have gotten Stun Spore, which Butterfree does learn at the next level. Unfortunately, never got to that point. Because then I would just stun the Sandshrew and then let that be that. But I'm just going to go ahead and help out Nidoking by weakening Sandshrew. Or heck, I might even just take the Sandshrew out. I don't think this will do it. No. I'm not going to count that as one. Oh! I guess we can. I'm not going to get count for the opponent. Okay, so good for you, Butterfree. You're no slouch. I take it back. Well, I mean, it's not like I hate Butterfree. I mean, I like Butterfree. Okay, he's going to send out Rattata. Or Rattata. I always say Rattata. This is just always how I pronounce it. I know it's wrong, but it's just one of those things. Okay, normal type. You are so dead. Double kick. Yep, not even both sets were needed. And an Eevee. Yes, this Eevee is... I know I didn't talk about it for... I know I haven't talked about it since the first video at all. It's a normal type. The Eevee has the potential of becoming one of the very many Eeveelutions, especially at this point, coming up on Gen 6. Right now in this game, he will get either a Jolteon, a Flareon, or a Vaporeon. Hey, take it easy, you run already. Hey, guess what? I went to Bill and he got to show me his rare Pokemon. Really? He added pages to my Pokedex? Well, I'm glad you care about that fruitless venture. So anyway, yeah, he's going to talk about up ahead is Bill's house, and yeah, you do kind of have to talk to Bill because he gives you a key item you need for later. So anyway, when I was doing this practice file, I ended up with him getting choosing Flareon. He can actually choose one of the 3 depending on what happens in Pokemon Yellow. I do not have it in front of me right now, but I'll be able to tell next time. So right now, let's just go ahead and heal up. Now, we could take on... Actually, we could have took on Misty as soon as we entered the town. But let me just say, since we only have one main party member right now, and it's Brandon, and it's not because it's you, Brandon, it's because of your type. This is the Water Gym, right? Well, Brandon picked up the nice ground subtype when he evolved into a Nidoking. Ground types are weak to water. And while Misty's Staryu is a slouch, Misty's Starmie is not. And is very mean with that Bubble Beam. So I'm going to go ahead and just trounce Nugget Bridge with pretty much nothing but Brandon. And go ahead and, you know, get him all strengthened up. Now remember I said that criticals were affected by speed? Well, Starmie is pretty darn fast, and so it has a higher modifier for critical hits, especially in Gen 1, and considering my luck, I'm probably going to get criticaled at least once, so I'm going to need the levels. So let's go ahead. This is Nugget Bridge. Pretty much that Bookcaster said that there's 5 trainers on this bridge. You have to beat all of them, and at the end you get, well, a Nugget. A Nugget's just... it's purely for selling. It's worth 10,000 Pokédollars, I believe. It's either that or 1,000, I forget. Or no, it's 5,000, my bad. So anyway, yeah, let's just go ahead and beat these guys. Your seconds. Gee, thanks. I can count. Pidgey, I feel sorry for you. Okay, good. Yeah, Brandon should be one-shotting these Pokemon fairly often. There's one little exception. Because Nidoran female is more defensive, I kind of expect that. Okay, you're done. Number 3, I won't be easy. How much you want bet? Rattata! Oh, you poor soul. Not even 2 sets needed. Ekans. Ekans. Back punch. Oh, come on! Oh, not Rap! Oh, no! Okay, good hit. Like, don't start this now. Please don't start this now. Zubat, you go down to Mega Punch. To be a youngster? Of course I did. Wow, stomped flat. Yes, you were. Number 4, I am nowhere near getting tired. You tired, Brandon? I didn't think so. Let's do this. Pidgey. Again. My Pidgey knows no end. Pidgey is normal type, so we get same type attack bonus to that quick attack. And now at 23, we're going to learn Thrash. Yes, I will learn it for now. It's not going to be a permanent move, but it is better than Tackle. It is also stronger than Mega Punch by 5, Mega Punch being 85, Thrash being 90 power. But Thrash is a very interesting move, and I'll go ahead and... Actually, you know what? She doesn't have enough Pokemon, but I'll just go ahead and explain it anyway. Thrash, with the do attack animation, is a very unique move. It's one of a series of move types that you'll see a little bit later. I'm not talking about Pokemon type, I'm talking about pattern. Thrash is a move that once you initiate it, you're going to be stuck in a sort of cycle of it. Here's number 5. You're going to be stuck in a sort of cycle of it from 2 to 3 turns. And at the end of those 2 to 3 turns, although in Generation 1 you don't get a message saying so, you get confused. Now, the good thing about Thrash is that, well, it saves Pokemon power, because that set of 3 times that you use it, it doesn't count against your Pokemon power. And I have 20. So you can effectively go up to 40 times if you do a minimum of 2 cycles with the 20 Pokemon power. But like I said, at the end of that you get confused. Now congratulations, you beat our 5 contestant trainers. You just earned the fabulous price to get a nugget. Now there's a little trick here that if you don't mind grinding, I mean really grinding, you can go ahead and you can, right before you talk to this guy, who is a part of Team Rocket, I know I kind of went over that, you go ahead and you, before you talk to him, after you beat the other 5 trainers, of course, because you have to or it won't give you the nugget, you go ahead and you go back down to the Pokemon Center, you put away your other Pokemon, and except for one weak Pokemon, like really weak to make it faster, you go ahead and you fight him, or sorry, take that back, you go up here, you save, and then you fight, or then you talk to him. He's gonna fight, you're gonna fight him because he wants us to become part of Team Rocket, we can't do that. He'll fight you, and then he'll beat you. But when you revive, you lose a little bit of money, but that's okay because you're going to have the nuggets in your item pocket. You can keep doing that, and he will keep giving you the nugget, even though he beat you, technically. And so you can keep just grinding for nuggets. And that's a real easy way to get a lot of money early on. I don't need to. I just don't want to. I could, but there's no need. So yeah, even though his sprite looked like another type of trainer, he's actually a rocket. Nothing threatening. Nothing's going to be threatening till Misty. Yep, that's it. Ah, you are good. Is there any doubt? With your ability, you can become a top leader in Team Rocket. I'll join Team Rocket, but you have to make me the leader. Okay, this guy down here is the route to a glitch, which I'm probably going to use later at the end of the Let's Play. It involves getting Mew. Sorry if I spoil it now, but let's be honest. Hopefully by the time we get to this point, you might have forgotten. And if not, well, it's okay. Now this guy up here, he gives you the best HM slave for Pokemon Yellow after we pick up TM45, which I want to say this is Mega Kick? No, I don't think it is. Take it back. No, it's Thunder Wave. We don't need Thunder Wave because one, Pikachu already knows it, even though it says available. In other generations, if you have a move that you can teach, but you already learned it, it'll just say learned. But because the electric Pokemon I'm going to use for our party is going to already have Thunder Wave. I'm not good at raising Pokemon. I've raised a Charmander, but I haven't raised it well. If you promise to take care of it for me, it's yours. You got it. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to use Charmander as a... I'm not going to nickname him right now. We're not going to use him as a party member. We're going to use him as our HM slave or HM user. That's the one thing. That's the one gripe I have about Pokemon. They have been better about it as the generations went on, or at least I want to say post Gen 4, which isn't saying too much. It's only Gen 5 then. Is that you have to have... There's certain obstacles on the overworld that you have to overcome, and you can only do that... Let's just go ahead and, as we fight these other trainers in this narrow passageway up to Bill's house, is that you have certain obstacles that you have to do, like move big boulders, crush big boulders, cut through trees, etc., etc. In order to get through these areas, you have to have a Pokemon learn it. These are called HMs, or hidden moves. Now, unlike TMs, which until Generation 5 break as soon as you use them, HMs are indefinite. You can have them always, and if you can teach them you can teach one of them to every single one of your Pokemon if they can learn it. They just don't go away after you use them. Now here's the problem. Some of them are good, but most of them are not, and what sucks is that they made them required. And so people that's where the name HM Slave came from. You just have to have a slot in your party for the Pokemon that have to have these moves that you have to proceed through the game and not interfere with the moveset that you planned for your party members. That's what Charmander's going to do for us. He's going to learn a lot of the HMs that we need to learn. He can learn Cut, which we need. He can learn Strength. He can learn... he can learn most of them. Except for the Water ones. The Water HM moves, for the most part, are really good, and they'll be learned by our Water team member, who we've not run into yet. Okay. Now that I finished talking your ear off, let's just finish off the Sonics. Level 17, not too bad. One of the higher levels that we've seen so far. Being a rock type, it's pretty burly, so we took more than one double kick to take him out. Let's go ahead and fight this youngster. Now, the youngster to the right of me before we enter this battle is also key to the glitch. I am not going to encounter him because if I do, then the glitch can't work, or I have to reset this whole thing, and I don't want to do that. Shoot, I should not have pressed double kick. I mean, okay, it's good that I got a critical hit, but still, I should not have pressed double kick. Let's see here. Flying Pokemon, for some reason, this is one of the types that I don't understand why it's super effective against. Maybe somebody can explain to me in the comments, is why flying type Pokemon are super effective against fighting type Pokemon. I don't know, maybe it's because their fighting types are usually grounded, I don't know. Okay, so Mega Punch this Nidoran male who is sorely outgunned. And here a female. Yeah, once in a while you'll see some trainers with like thematic groups with them. Some will have like a family line of like all the evolutions of that line, kind of like how Misty has the Staryu line. She has Staryu and Starmie when it evolves into. And some people, some like bug catchers will have the Caterpie line, which is Caterpie. They have 3 Pokemon, one is a Caterpie, one's a Metapod, one's a Butterfree, etc, etc. Or some of them just have a lot of the same Pokemon like this guy. I see nothing but Geodudes. Level 25? Yes, every level counts. That Starmie scares the hell out of me. Alright, you go down. Geodude. Right. Okay, so we had a Machop, whatever. Machop is a pure fighting type. It's honestly not the best fighting type of the game. It is probably for sheer power of a fighting type, but it's not the fastest that goes to Primeape. So since we see there's 2 ways to get into that area back behind this junior trainer male. You can either fight him and get him to move down here to you, or you can come back up here when you have the Cut HM, which we do not have right now. I'm going to go ahead and do the first one, of course, so we can get the item back there. Remember, if the TM that we get isn't useful as a move, I can always sell it for money. Aw, darn. Okay, let's get it, and this is TM19, which is... Seismic Toss! Seismic Toss? Seismic Toss is an interesting move. It's one of 2 moves in this game right now that do a set amount of damage, and what that set amount of damage is it depends on what your level is. So whatever your level is for Seismic Toss, that's how much damage it inflicts on your opponent, regardless of resistance or super effectiveness. So if I can teach it to Brandon, if he used Seismic Toss on that Oddish, even though that Oddish resists fighting types because it's part poison, it will always do 25 damage because my level is 25. That's rather useful, but such moves don't really see much use except in Pokemon around level 100, which is the level cap for Pokemon, in case you guys were wondering. So yeah, I'm probably not going to use it. I really don't remember off the top of my head if I used it in practice. I'm going to say 90% I didn't. Oh yeah, by the way, don't ask me how I remember this, just by watching a bunch of speedruns of this game. No, not Pikachu. What? Oh no, I'm sorry, it's over here on this gate. There we go. There's an ether over here. Yeah, no, this is really cryptic. Not as cryptic as some of the early Metroid games. Pikachu goes over to that It's a Pokemon. It's a box standard Pokemon sprite on the overworld. They don't get better until later generations, of course. Well, let's talk to it. Hi, I'm a Pokemon. No, I'm not. Yes, this is Bill, and that machine back there is what turned him into a Pokemon. So anyway, what we have to do is we have to help him out, because if we don't get the key item for what we need for later. He's gonna go in there. Come on, Pikachu. Okay, come on. There. Okay, let's go ahead and turn it on, just like we're turning on a PC. And he comes out the other end. And he's better again. Yes, Pikachu! Okay. Thanks, bud. I owe you one. I did not come to see your Pokemon collection. He's the one doing that fruitless task. So we get the SS ticket. This will allow us access to the SSN for Vermilion City. That being said, I also said Viridian City was Vermilion City, so I mixed those two up. And it's... I would like to think that's fair not to hit me too hard for that. Okay, come on, I didn't mean to talk to you again. Alright, come on, Pikachu, let's go. He comes right behind me. Okay, let's see, we're on 20 minutes. I think we can take on the gym. Let's just use my running shoes. By the way, I have noticed this off and on. If I am talking really fast, it's probably because of a bad habit. With my earphones on, I can directly hear the game going that fast, and I might just be sort of like trying to synchronize with how fast it's going, so I do apologize. See you again. Okay. The fight against Misty. Well, first she has a couple of trainers that we take on. Let's see here. Only one of these trainers is required. It's that last up there. Her line of sight extends all the way to the maximum value you can actually move onto these. These aren't planks, but yeah, you get it. This swimmer is optional, but I want the experience. So let's go ahead and take him on. As this is a water-type gym, all the trainers have water-type Pokemon. Imagine that. Horsey. Too bad you don't get an awesome evolution until next generation. Oh well. 26. Okay, I'm very glad I decided to fight. Shelter. Nothing big. Its evolved form Cloyster is really defensive, but it's specially a dud. So if you use a special attack, a strong special attack, a strong wind from a special attack will knock it over. So anyway, this last is I know you can't fight Misty unless you fight me. Yeah, I know. With only one Pokemon, this is a Goldeen. This Goldeen is confused. It has Peck like a flying type Pokemon, it has Supersonic like a ghost, and it has Supersonic like a ghost, Peck like a flying type, and probably Water Gun like a water type, which is what it's supposed to be. Anyway, we did not level up, but let's see how close I am to leveling up. If it's lower than 200, I might just... Nope, that's nowhere near lower than 200. Let's see here. Okay, full health. 22 minutes. Let's take on Misty, my favorite female protagonist still from Pokemon. Hi, you're a new face. Well, yeah, I just got into town, actually. What's your policy on Pokemon? What is your approach? My policy is an all offensive with water-type Pokemon. Misty, the world-famous beauty, is your host. Are you ready, sweetie? Well, let's see. I fought every trainer I could. Level 26. Let's see if I am ready. Alright, Staryu is a slouch, like I said. Coming in, level 18, its only moves are Tackle and Water Gun. Water Gun's the only thing you have to worry about, but honestly, with this Brandon, I don't want to lock myself into Thrash just yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and hope Mega Punch hits. Okay, good. It was an 85% chance, but still. You saw how bad it was missing earlier. Okay. Starmie. Now let's see here. I'm actually going to go ahead and throw out Pikachu. Why? Because Misty will do one of two things. She'll either have Staryu use Bubble Beam, which is fine. I think Pikachu should be able to tank it. Or not tank it, but take it for one shot. Or she'll use an X item. An X item is sort of an artificial way of increasing a Pokemon's stats, like I was talking about in the previous video. It's pretty much an item form, and it doesn't limit your Pokemon to having that moveset, you just have to have the item. But what I want to do to this Starmie is I want to Thunder Wave it. Okay, it used Harden. That's... it's kind of bad because Brandon's going to be attacking it physically. But now that it's paralyzed, it takes the speed reduction, which is what I wanted, and it's possibility of not attacking. While Pikachu is alive, I'm going to go ahead and mess with its defense, now that it raised it with Harden. Starmie has Tackle and Water Gun like its previous evolution, but being 3 levels higher, it has Harden, and now it has Bubble Beam, and she went and used X Defend. Now, even though it says its defense rose, I believe it pretty much counts as 2 stages. It's fully paralyzed, that's good. Good, keep tail whipping. Just working this stat. Okay, it tackled me, that's fine. Wait. I did not press that. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, good. Gonna keep tail whipping. Just messing around with that stat. Fully paralyzed. Hey, if I'm lucky, I can make this thing as weak as a paper towel. No, wet paper towel. Water Gun. Yep, there goes Pikachu. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. That was a critical hit, too. How mean. Alright, Brandon, you're up. Okay, how do we want to do this? Do we want to go all out, or do we want to play it safe? Let's go all out. Thrash! I should have weakened it enough to... Yep! That was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Good. And yeah, after 900, we definitely get another level. Sweet. 66, 50, 56, 49, which I don't care about. That's not too bad. And yes, we defeated the second gym leader, Misty. I can't believe I lost. Alright. You can have this Cascade Bass to show you beat me. Oh, there goes Pikachu. Sorry. The Cascade Bat. Okay. Oh yes, okay, it does do that. Includes outsiders. Once more, now we can use Cut. Don't ask me why, but apparently in the Pokemon universe, you need to have certain badges to activate the HMs. I don't know why, but whatever. And yes, we get her favorite TM. This is TM11, which is Bubble Beam. Use it on aquatic Pokemon. Well, actually, I'm sorry, Misty. I know you're a major in water Pokemon, but I'm actually going to use that Bubble Beam on, I'm actually going to use it in... You know what? I take that back. I know I use either Water Gun or Bubble Beam, and I teach it to Brandon. You know what? Water Gun is what I teach to Brandon. Yes, that's right. Bubble Beam, we are going to follow Misty's advice. We're going to teach Bubble Beam to an aquatic Pokemon, our Water-type Pokemon, for our team. We do not have him yet, so before I end this part off, we are going to go ahead and... Where's... There is TM12, okay. Teach Water Gun to a Pokemon, yes, Brandon. This will give Brandon some coverage to things that are weak to water Pokemon, or weak to water attacks. Let's go ahead and get rid of Horn Attack. We are going to keep that double kick. That's a permanent move right now. We're going to keep it for a while. Okay, and with that, we healed our Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. Yep. We have our HM user. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, but this is going to be it. We might as well do this quickly and not look back. Open the PC. Open Bill's PC. Deposit. Sorry, Pikachu, but I do not need you. Same with Butterfree. So yep, we're going this with just our team. Technically, our Charmander as an HM user is part of our team, so I guess that counts. But officially, we only have one member of our team, Brandon, who is climbing up the levels, doing pretty good. And with that, this part is over. We have our second gym badge. Alright guys, if you like this part, please comment and like down below. If you want, subscribe to my videos so you can be notified whenever I upload videos, which is fairly often. With that, I will see you guys next time when we continue on from Cerulean City.